All right. Okay, so we are live and ready to go. So was having a few technical difficulties, but um thank you guys for hopping on. This is my Fact Friday. As you guys know, I am Courtney O. So literally, I was going to broadcast literally an hour ago, but one of my favorite people that do a broadcast was actually on Facebook Live, so I had to check her out. So I postponed it for a little bit to watch the Worldly Church Girl. But thank you guys for jumping on my Facebook and Instagram Live. This is the Fact Friday with Courtney O. So most of you guys know that every Friday I am super honored to go live with you guys and just share some of the tips and tricks of beautiful, healthy hair and skin with all of my followers on the web and also my clients. So you guys can catch me live not only on Facebook but also on my Locksmith 2020 page. So that is a page that I recently started because I was looking to expand my clientele in locks. So definitely follow me on Locksmith 2020 to see all the amazing styles that I do with locks. So I'm super excited this Friday evening to be coming live with you guys. Most of everybody that knows me knows I have been in the beauty industry for over 20 years, and I have just now really began to get my lock process fully in full motion and flowing. So not only have I decided to create my own line of lock products, I am really trying to migrate to where that is most of the clientele that I am working with, and I am absolutely loving it. So you can check me out on Locksmith 2020. Also, make sure you guys go to thebodyemporium.org. It is my personal website where you can find none other than my locksmith oil, which is available for purchase, and also these are, you guys can see right there, these are the Locksmith Hair Detox, which this is a new detox balm for locks. So if you have locks and you need a detox, these also can be purchased on the website. So just make sure you guys are going to thebodyemporium.org. So not only do I sell products on my website, but also it is an online learning platform. So if you are interested in learning how to cultivate locks and do starter locks and things like that, those are classes that I offer on the website. So definitely check that website out and you'll find everything that there is to see. So outside of that, there's a self-care store where you'll find all of my products, and also you can go to Body Emporium thebeofficial.com, and that'll take you directly to my my online platform. So which is going to be super awesome when you guys check that out. So I cannot wait for you guys to see that. So what I am doing today is this Friday I wanted to talk to you guys about something that is so near and dear, and it's something I get tons of questions all the time about this, and mainly my hair, because anyone that knows me knows I switched over from, I used to wear all types of hair weaves and I did everything and anything to my hair, and I switched my style all the time. Hi, Peaches. Thank you for joining me on my Instagram on Locksmith 2020. Absolutely, I will join you in if you want to be in my live. Just give me a few minutes to get through what I want to share with you guys today. So today, I wanted to talk about cultivating locks. If you are contemplating locking your hair up, just what to expect, right? Because that's the main question most people ask is, how long is it going to take my hair to lock up? What will I do? Will it be versatile? What styles will I be able to wear? So people have all sorts of questions and concerns when it comes to locking your hair up. And it's interesting because one of the things that I have noticed is everyone talks about a lock journey. So I sort of take that as this journey is not, it's not just something that you do. A lock journey is it's an overall growth, not just with your hair, but also with your being and your personal self. So that's one of the things that I wanted to clear up. I mean, you never hear about a weave journey or an eyelash journey. You know, it's only when you're dealing with locks, and that's how I know that when you begin to cultivate locks and go through that process, it is a super special journey that most people want to share with others. So I wanted to start really quick by going through just the stages that you go through when you are locking up your hair. So first is that starter stage. So I have 5 quick stages that I want to share with you guys. So that starter stage that you see is when you first lock your hair up and it is super shiny. You know, you got a lot of shrinkage in your hair and it's sort of smooth. So you'll notice that your locks are smooth. You'll have that shrinkage, but they'll still be very, very shiny. And you'll have some mobility depending on how long your hair is. So that is what that starter stage is going to look like. And that's how you recognize someone that is starting the process. So now, absolutely, you can only lock your hair up. I mean, you can do the twist, the comb twist, and wear those and rinse them out. Just because someone has comb twist doesn't necessarily mean they are locking up. But that is the beginning stage process if you are attempting to lock. You can also attempt to lock with a two-strand twist. So that's how I locked my hair. I use the two-strand twist all over, and I love that method because it does give my locks a little bit more bulk, but also, which is a myth, that two-strand does eventually disappear as your locks mature, and so you still are left with that hard, solid, mature lock once you are at the end. So that is the starter phase. Now, the second phase is going to be the budding stage. So this for me was one of the funnest stages to go through. The budding stage is where you will see frizz in your hair. You'll see frizz, maybe the little hair balls at the end. You'll see some knotting on the locks starting to take place on the shaft of the locks. And that is going to be your budding stage. So look for that if you are moving from the first phase into the second phase. And that's when your locks are beginning to get a little bit more coarse. So they're going to look a little dull compared to what you're used to seeing in the starter phase. So the third phase is the teen stage. Now, that is when you're going to see your locks begin to get a little bit more volume. They're going to start to get a little bit more bulk. You're going to see a little bit more swelling during that stage. And that's when you know your hair is beginning to mat. So that is going to be around that teen phase where they're still soft, but they are beginning to swell and get some of that bulk onto them. So that is a very exciting stage as well. Now, the mature stage is our fourth stage of the lock, and that is when that lock is fully engulfed in the knotting of the hair. It's completely matted up, and it has a coarse overall, that textured look to it that looks just so beautiful. That's when you're in that mature stage. So that is another exciting phase of locks because you're able to do anything with them at that point. It's definitely safe to color them at that point and not be too worried, depending on how safe you are with that color, with damaging your lock. And then that final stage that you go through with your locks is going to be your rooted stage. And that is when that lock is completely solid. You will probably find that it is extremely hard, and your lock is almost in the form of a rope. So it's very tightly matted. You can't necessarily pull anything off of that lock or away from that lock. it just has a very secure foundation at that point. So those are the 5 stages of locking up your hair, which is something that you can look for. Okay, perfect. Thank you. I'm sorry, guys. I'm reading some of the messages from my Instagram as well, so forgive me. Absolutely, I definitely plan to keep in touch, and thank you so much for the compliment. I totally appreciate it. So also now, a couple of the most frequent questions that I get asked about locks are, how long does it take your hair to lock up? So, as a rule, from 18 to 24 months is what you're looking at for your hair to lock up. Now, when I say lock up, keep in mind that determines the texture of your hair. So if you already have a very tight coil in your hair, it's going to be super easy for you to get through those stages a lot faster. Now, if you have a lighter curl or straighter curl, or if your hair is completely straight, it can take much longer. But keep in mind, each one of these stages you can go through for at least 6 to 9 months. You can go through each of these stages. So don't be surprised if your hair is not locking up at the same rate as someone else's. That doesn't mean anything. That just simply means that you are taking your lock journey at your own pace. And that is one of the most amazing things about locks, is that you can kind of do it at your own journey. Everyone's journey is different. So everyone's hair is going to look a little bit different. So another question that I get asked is, how often should I twist my hair? Me being a stylist, I overdo it with my hair, and that's something that's a total no-no for your client. So you don't want to lock your hair up and retwist all the time. You want to twist your hair probably once every 4 weeks. So it is okay to let your roots grow in and get that at least that quarter-inch or inch of new growth at the root. Twisting your hair too often when you are attempting to lock your hair is a way to thin your locks out. So just keep that in mind. Over twisting will absolutely thin your hair out. Just that continuous manipulation at the root of that hair can definitely thin your hair out. And so you want to be careful doing too much twisting, because that's why you will begin to see people that have thin places in their locks, or thinning right at the roots. Now, obviously, there's something that can be done for each one of those issues. So, and I have tutorials on them that I'd be happy to share with you guys on how you add hair to the lock to strengthen it in order to save the lock. So it's not one of those things where if it gets too thin that you absolutely have to let it go. There is just a form of cultivating that comes with that, and you can make that lock a little thicker. So another major question that I get asked is what to use on your locks. Now, I've already told you guys, for me, it's going to be my locksmith oil. So I am in love with the oil for your hair. Couple reasons. One, because it's just great for moisturizing. The molecules are perfect, so it's able to penetrate, and it definitely goes all the way through that lock, all the way to the end. And that's what you want in order to keep your hair moisturized. Um, for others, I mean, I know people use different lotions and creams and different waxes. For me, wax is a total no-no for the hair, just because of the buildup that comes with wax, and how the wax is. It's a lot of mineral oil in it, so it's a lot of thick oils in it that help your hair lock up. True. However, it does keep the moisture from flowing through the entire lock fully. So that is another thing that you have to worry about outside of the buildup, is the blocking of the moisture where that buildup occurs. So for me, that is key. And so for me, I wanted to find something and then create something that would allow my locks to continue to have moisture, because as I've said 1,000 times, when your hair gets dry, that's when you are going to begin to experience the breakage. And that's true for locks as well. Um, Another no-no is do not use any and everything on your hair. Since your hair is all gathered together, that's essentially what a lock is. Your hair is matted all together, and the hair that would usually fall is now connected to your hair. Anything you put in your hair, the residue is likely to stay on your hair. So you have to be very careful because it's no longer straight, it's no longer flowing, it's no longer to where everything can come out easily. So you want to be careful of what you're putting in your hair, because if there's a chance anything is left in your hair, it needs to, by all means, be a natural product that will not hurt your hair if it's still in that lock somewhere. Just depending on the size of your lock or whether it comes out fully, you're going to want to have a decent product in your hair. So definitely for me, that's going to be something that is all natural. Another very important point is your diet. Since your hair is locked and you are looking to grow thick, healthy, long locks, anything you put in your body is definitely key to having long, healthy locks. So make sure that you have a diet that is conducive with having healthy hair. That's one of the most important tips that I can give you guys, because that is where it starts. Your health definitely starts with what you put in your mouth. So, and lastly, leave your hair alone. So the least that you do to your hair, the better. Obviously, you're going to want to style it and put different things in it. And color is one of those great things that we love with locks. However, that's another myth. You can overcolor and overprocess your locks and make them thin using color. Color is still a chemical on your hair, guys. So even though your hair is natural, it's in a locked state, so it's a lot stronger than any other strand of hair there is out there. You still have to be careful about putting things in your hair like that, because you do not want to compromise the integrity of that lock, since you spent so much time cultivating. So those are just some really key points that you guys can use um, when you are thinking of locking up, or you have already started your lock journey. So kudos to anyone who has started their journey and is going through that. So I just wanted to come on here really quickly and give you guys the 1-2 punch about cultivating your locks. So thank you guys for joining me again on Fact Friday. Make sure you guys check out the website, thebodyemporium.org, and get your detox bomb, and also get your locksmith oil. And there'll be tons of more lock products coming. There will be a full line available on the website. So thank you guys for joining me. I am Courtney O, and I will see you guys next Friday. Thanks so much.